So I'm up early, just like any other turkey hunter would be. So I didn't hear any gobbles last night, so I couldn't roost a turkey. So after I cooked my fish and ate them, I still had about 3 hours of daylight. So I walked this old access road and listened, and then I also sat in the blind and listened. I didn't hear one gobble. So I've gone in the other direction this morning, and I'm walking just a woods road. I'm on the edge of a bluff, so I can hear back up toward the top of the mountain, and I can hear down below. So I'm just gonna walk. That's all I know to do. There's turkey sign everywhere, but it's just really quiet as far as turkey gobbles. So y'all hang in here with me. So I'm out here in the turkey woods. Well, I'm out here in the woods turkey hunting. The turkeys have been very silent this morning and yesterday, but decided to do another walkabout and do some calling. Look at that nice rack I found. That's one's usually, and I'm gonna keep looking, but usually the other one will be close by. So I'm gonna stay on this trail and see if I can't find the second one. That'd be a pretty nice pair of antlers. So here's an interesting little bit of information. If you're, I don't know if you care about it, but when you're in the woods and you're in black bear country, this is a pretty common thing you'll run across. So the only thing that's really strong enough in the woods here in North Alabama to turn over that rock besides a man is a black bear. And I found several of these so far. And so this one, I would say this one is just, it's pretty fresh. I've been seeing some black bear sign. I haven't seen any droppings, fresh droppings, but I've been seeing a lot of rocks that have been flipped over like this right here. So, and our black bear population has been growing and growing every year because this is ideal habitat that they've moved into. So anyway, just a little bit of information for you there. Well, the turkey hunting has been really, it's still fun. I took about a mile walk south and checked out that area past where I was last night to see if I could get any response. I did see a deer. It's always an adventure when you're hunting, all right? And like I said, I'm not in the middle of the wilderness here. I'm in the woods, but paved roads just not far away. And I camped here last night. It was real quiet. You used to hear whippoorwills and barred owls and coyotes. Just a wonderful experience. But look what I came up with on this last walk. I started not to do that walk, but I wouldn't have found this if I had. That's not a bad antler, shed antler. And check these kickers out, whatever you want to call them, down here at the bottom. That's pretty unusual to see all that growth right there. And so I'm not an expert, like I said, at anything, especially finding sheds. But normally, I've experienced this several times when I found sheds. By the way, spring turkey hunting is a good time to find sheds because they hadn't been on the ground long and they're still, well, this one's a little bit dark, so it was a little hard to see or difficult to see, but I almost stepped on it. But normally you'll find the other side fairly close by. That's been my experience that when they shed one, the other one will be close by. So I did a search. I followed the deer trail this one was on, or where I found it. I went south on that deer trail. I didn't find it there. I came back to the spot where it was, and I went. There were trails going east and west. I went on those trails. I didn't find it. Then I finally came back south, but before I did that, I kind of did a circling technique like I would for a lost trail, and out to about 50 yards to see if I could find that other one, and I didn't locate it, but that's okay. You know, that would have really looked good, you know, to mount that on a board or something and put it in your shed or wherever you're, somewhere where you hang out, your man cave, whatever. Because that's a pretty nice buck. I mean, you know, no, he's not a Boone and Crockett or anything, but you know, he's still a good buck in most people's book. Anyway, thought I'd share that with you.